Hey guys, so today we're going to be breaking down the Zenkai for Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, the yellow transforming one. Now I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. This is probably my favorite fight in Super. This transforming Blue Kaioken Goku versus Hit. This was the first real, final boss-ish fight in Super, because before this we had Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, which obviously were movies already, so we already knew how that was going to turn out. But this to me, I remember waking up and watching the episode. This was pretty hype for me. I remember this when Goku went Blue Kaioken, and I just love Hit as well. Hit was such a cool character, so I definitely am a little bit biased towards wanting this Goku to be pretty damn good. He was pretty solid on release. He had a few major flaws, so he wasn't like a game changer or anything like that, but when he transformed into his Blue Kaioken form, sure, you had a limited amount of timer counts where you could use it, but it was really, really powerful. So we'll see how they handle this guy. We don't typically get transforming characters with Zenkais that often, so we'll see how they handled him. All right, so let's go ahead and click the maximum stats button. That is definitely not a good start here for our friend Blue Kaioken Goku. So here's the thing with this character. Yes, he's a transforming character, but at least prior to getting his Zenkai, his transformation is limited to 30 timer counts, which is a lot shorter than you might think. It goes pretty fast. So most of the match, like 80%, maybe actually a little less, maybe like 70% of the match, you'll most likely be spending it in this form. So these stats aren't necessarily the greatest, considering you're going to be spending most of your time in this form for a Zenkai character. He's on Saiyan, God Ki, and Sun family, and then he's on the God of Destruction Champa Saga. Let's pray. Let's just pray he doesn't buff yellow God of Destruction Champa Saga with his Zenkai ability. All right. I do have the non-Zenkai version pulled up in a separate tab so that I can tell you guys what they've actually changed here. So the blue card is major impact damage, 20% of damage received, 15 timer counts. That actually changes from 20% to strike damage received. So it goes from strike damage to all damage. Sure, it's pretty generic, pretty bad. Green card is 30 ki, 20% damage inflicted, 15 counts. That goes up from 20% damage. He gained an extra 5% damage on this. I mean, at least it gives ki and it's a stop time. It could have been worse, I guess. I don't know. This is a pretty bad green card, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so the main ability transforms into Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Kaioken. Transformation lasts for 30 timer counts. They did not change the length of the transformation. That's probably the biggest thing I was looking for, was for them to at least maybe make it a little longer, like 40 counts, like just 10 counts. It's not that big of a deal. Oh boy. So here's the thing. When this guy transformed, he was easily one of the hardest hitting units in the game. I'd say top 2 or 3 at the time, right? Really strong, really powerful. His blue card hit like a truck. Like, he was doing a lot transformed. He was doing a lot of damage. I haven't looked at the full kit here yet, but I will tell you guys right now, there's no way this is going to be one of the hardest hitting characters in the game. So the fact that they have the transformation locked to only 30 counts means, again, I haven't looked yet, but I'm pretty sure this guy is probably going to be hitting somewhere in the realm of like Ultra Gogeta, right? A year-old character. Still a good character. Still, able to get the job done. I literally just did a revisit on him. He was actually pretty good, pretty impressive in that video. But you're only going to be getting 30 counts of that if you use this character. I'm just assuming that's pretty much how much damage he's going to be doing. But let's keep going. So he cancels unattribute downgrades, abnormal conditions. They added the abnormal conditions to that. You never used to do that. Z ability is 30% attack, God Ki, or Saiyan strike attack. It's not like a terrible Z ability. 30% to Saiyans is pretty good, but only one stat means he's not going to be a premium bench character. I'm assuming it's yellow God Ki. It is. Okay. Yeah. Really weren't that many other choices here. All right, let's take a look at his unique abilities here. So Saiyan specialty is the first one. 25% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. That goes up from 20%. -5 to strike and blast arts cost for 10 timer counts. That's the same. Card draw speed for 1 level for 10 counts. That is also the same. So the only thing he gains from this is an extra 5% damage inflicted for 15 counts. They could have just made that permanent. I mean, I'm just saying. All right, second unique ability applies the following effects to self every time own attack is evaded with a vanishing step. He gets 15% to strike damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. That is the same. Reduces damage received by 20% for 5 timer counts. That is actually new. Okay. So he takes less damage for 5 counts if the enemy vanishes. So basically, if this guy gets PV'd, he's taking less damage for 5 counts. Okay. And then applies the following effects to self when this character evades an enemy attack with a vanishing step. He restores ki by 15, that is new. And then the 15% strike damage for 20 counts is not new. That is already on his kit there. Okay. The ki is nice, but it's only 15, so. All right, third unique ability, the following effects occur upon landing a strike or blast arts hit. Restores own vanishing gauge by 10%. That's a permanent thing. Okay, that's basically, I think this is the same as the Android 18 side of the LF Androids. Let me just quickly make sure that's correct. I want to give you guys a reference as to how good that is. So let me just pull this up here. Oh no, actually they're 5%. Applies the following effects to self upon landing a strike or blast, or it's 5%. Okay, so basically this guy's replenishing double the amount of vanish as the Android 18 side of the LF Androids, which actually is not horrible. I mean, I don't think this guy's going to be able to string together as many cards as the Androids. Okay, so you know what this is? This is the same amount of vanish as future Gohan's strike card for every card he uses. That is actually not that bad. I'll take that. Okay. And then inflicts enemy that would downgrade plus 15% of damage received for 10 counts every time he lands a strike or blast arts hit. The only problem is, I don't know how long this guy's going to be able to combo in this meta. We'll see. Limit breaking sands applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 30% damage, or just strike damage. They're giving them specific damage buffs in basically 2023. Not a big fan of that. Reduces damage received by 20%, sure. And then 30% to key recovery. Okay. All right, so once he transforms, I imagine these stats are going to go skyrocketing through the roof. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, this is what he needs because, again, this transformation only lasts for 30 counts. So he's up to 318,000 strike attack. That is a lot. That is really, really high. Okay, and then defenses are looking really good as well. Basically 190 to both defenses, and then 287 to blast. Okay, strike and blast are the same. So I'm gonna go over the green card before we go over the blue card. So let me actually pull this up here. Okay, so the green card is times 10, restores ki by 50, and then applies the following effects to self until transformation ends. So again, this was a very short-lived effect because the transformation is only for 30 counts. 30% to strike damage inflicted cannot be canceled, activates once. So that is only going to apply until transformation ends. So you basically want to make sure you have a green card before you transform with this unit. And then 30% to the damage inflicted by... Oh, no, it's just all damage. Okay. 30% damage inflicted cannot be canceled, activates once. Next special move arts card changes into next level strike. I guess it's just permanent next level strike for special moves after this. So this actually gained 10 extra ki, went up from 40 to 50. And then the strike buff went from 20 to 30 as well. That's it. Okay. I mean, honestly, this is already a pretty decent green card. It's giving you a lot of extra damage. You're basically getting 60% strike damage from this. It's pretty good. Okay, so the blue card before you use the green card is massive impact damage. Inflicts enemy that's downgrade plus 20% damage received for 15 timer counts. That goes up from... that just goes from, again, the same thing, 20% strike damage received to all damage. After using the special move, massive impact damage, 20% special move inflicted for 5 counts. And then on hit, he destroys all cards, inflicts attribute downgrade, 20% damage received. Okay, so that debuff, the 20% damage received. Wait, is that new? No. Actually, I think this is the exact same, the post special arts card. I mean, it's pretty good. You're destroying the whole enemy hand. That's really powerful. We know how powerful it is with Ultra Gogeta. Yeah, that is this actually did not change except for the strike damage becoming all damage. Okay. So the main ability post transformation is draws a special arts. Okay, I forgot he drew a green card. There's main ability, so you don't technically need to have one going into this transformation because you can draw one with the main ability, and it only requires 5 counts elapsed, so it's pretty easy to grab one there. Gradually restores own health for 30 counts. Oh, nice. That's amazing for this character. Yeah. Minus 50% enemy sustained damage cover 20 counts. That already existed. And then he restores vanishing gauge. That's also the same. So the only thing he gained on this is gradually restoring health. Great. All right. Applies the following effects to self until transformation ends. 50% damage inflicted. That goes up from 25% strike damage. That's a pretty significant buff. Reduces damage received by 20%, and then 50% to key recovery. That key recovery goes from 30 to 50. He draws a special move arts card next when transformation has 20 timer counts remaining. Also enhances the next special move arts used until transformation ends. I believe that is the same. Yeah, so basically after 10 counts have elapsed from transforming, you're going to guarantee draw a blue card. And then enhances the next special move arts used until transformation ends. So basically after 20 counts have elapsed, your blue card is going to be doing 30% more damage, and it's going to cost 20 less. Following effects occur when transformation ends. Plus 15 to own strike and blast arts cost for 10 counts. So they actually did do a few things about this. They made it cancelable, which it used to not be cancelable, and they reduced the duration of how long this lasts from 20 counts to 10, which is good. Honestly, it shouldn't even be here at all, I don't think, but it is what it is. All right, Pinnacle of Speed. The following effects occur upon landing a strike or blast arts hit. Randomly draws 1 new card, activates twice. That is literally Dispo's ability, I think, Red Dispo. Restores on the vanishing gauge by 10%, inflicts enemy that to downgrade, plus 50% damage received for 10 counts. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much the same as the pre-transform one, except he now draws 1 new card whenever he uses a strike or a blast, which is pretty good. I mean, actually, he has to land it. It's not just used. Okay. That's pretty good. And then final superpower, restores ki by 20 after transform. Okay, so he actually gains ki on transformation. It's only 20, but I'll still take that. 40% ki recovery for 30 counts. Nullifies attribute downgrades and normal conditions for 20 counts. And then he gets cover null for 15 counts. Okay. So let's just accumulate everything he's doing here. So if you pop his main ability, he has minus 50% to enemy sustained damage cut. He's getting 50% damage from this. He's getting 60% strike damage from the green cards. He's at 110. Then he's getting 30% to special move damage after 20 counts, or sorry, once 10 counts have elapsed post transformation. And he's buffing up his blue card via the green card for it to get extra 20% damage here. So I think his blue card should hit pretty hard, assuming you haven't built correctly because of his ridiculous stats. But this is definitely not a character I could see really living up to expectations in terms of him being a very, very restricted character for the transformation, right? Remember, the transformation is only lasting for 30 counts. When this guy's not transformed, he loses like almost 60,000 to his main offensive stat and like 20,000 to his defenses. So, and look at his HP too. He loses a bunch of HP, like 200,000 HP. So, I don't want to say they should have made his transformation last forever, because the whole theme behind this character is he's a limited transformation character, and you're supposed to use him in a way where you utilize his transformation to do a bunch of damage in the short time you have with it. I think if they were going to keep the transformation to 30 counts, he needed just more damage, right? I think maybe making him stack damage every time he uses a card or something. Giving him more damage, I don't know, maybe from his main ability gives him something else, like just a permanent 40% damage inflicted buff or something like that. Could have made him a lot better. Because again, I think what'll probably end up happening is this character's probably going to just be hitting as hard as like Ultra Gogeta. But the problem is you're only going to have him for 30 counts. So it's like, congratulations, you get to use Ultra Gogeta for 30 counts, and then he becomes like really, really mediocre. So I don't know. I don't see this guy being really that great, honestly. And the problem here is like, okay, now that he's not that great, where else are you going to use him? And the main answer would be bench, but it's buffing one stat. It's not really good enough anymore. So I'm not really a huge fan of this, but we will see once we actually use him. I believe we have some new equips here, or one new equip or whatever it is. I know we should at least have a new awakened equip. Yeah, we do. I can see it right there. Because Ultra Space Time Rush reset. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't bought this yet. I should probably do that. All right, now I gotta wait for this to load. Awesome. But yeah, this week's pretty light in terms of what we got here. So initially, I guess I'll talk about this now while this takes 9 years to load. Come on, just pop up so I can X out of it. There we go. All right, let's just scroll down to the awakened equipment because I don't think there's actually anything else here. Yeah, there's nothing else in here. Here we go. This was just God Key. So we have Key Recovery Strike, and then Key Recovery and Special Move. So what is this? 42.5% to Key Recovery, 15% Strike Attack, and then 12.5% to Special Move. Definitely not my cup of tea. This equipment. I think Key Recovery is actually pretty good, but on equipment, I would value other just normal stats over Key Recovery. Health, defenses, like those are just most of the time better. Like pure offenses. The Special Move is nice because it's not really something you see too often on equipment. It's not that common, but in this day and age of equipment, like I don't think this is really gonna cut it, to be honest. But sure, this is what we got for the new awakened equipment. I'll probably farm up like one of these. But yeah, so to end this video, I guess I was thinking we would probably get the Ultra character this Friday on the 23rd, but because there is no reveals and stuff announced yet, I don't think that's going to happen anymore. So I'm not sure when they're thinking of releasing the Ultra for Legends Festival. The past 2 years, they've made sure, they specifically made sure to release the hype stuff. So Blue Gogeta and Broly 2 years ago, and then last year Ultra Gogeta on the 23rd or 24th, literally right before Christmas for obvious reasons. This year it doesn't look like they're gonna do that, so I guess they're gonna be releasing it next week after Christmas, which is to me it makes no sense. I don't understand it. Unless they don't do a reveal and stuff and like just completely out of nowhere surprise us with a surprise release for the character. Right, one day the game goes into maintenance, and then when maintenance is over, boom, we have a new character. Like I guess they could do that, but they haven't done that in years. Like I don't know. So at this point, I'm thinking the Ultra character will drop next week. It's definitely not going to be post New Year's. That would be insane. That would actually make negative sense if they did that. So if the Ultra character, or whatever's part 3, I'm assuming it's an Ultra character, doesn't come out on Friday or Saturday, the 23rd and 24th before Christmas, then I guess it's next week. I don't know. This is a really, really dead week in terms of the content, though. We got one Zenkai and one Awakened equipment, and that's it. Like, they brought back a bunch of events. We have some returning events here, but I mean, that's literally it. Like, they even made a separate, news post. Popular events returning. Are we that desperate? Are we that desperate to do this? So yeah, pretty dead week here. We will do what we can to keep up the videos, but this is just not a lot to work with here. But we're going to go ahead and jump into the showcase for the Blue Kaioken Goku here. I, again, don't think he's going to be that good, but maybe I'll be surprised. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you think of this week's update, and I'll see you all in the next one.